So The Bell Jar is one of my favorite books of all time, and it comes with a lot of beautiful covers. And so whenever I enter a bookstore, I have the inability to resist not purchasing a cover that I do not own. And so that has actually led to my life's greatest collection. And I have one rule that I mostly stick to, and that is that I can only buy copies secondhand. And so it creates a little lifelong treasure hunt whenever I go into a thrift store or a used bookstore. I keep my bell jar shrine right next to my favorite childhood photo of me in a white nightgown before I even knew who Sofia Coppola was, eating a cucumber from my Mama's garden with ketchup chip stained fingernails, messy red hair, the shoulder is popping, and I've got a level 3000 migraine from heat stroke. I have my favorite edition that I own on another shrine that I apparently have that involves childhood photos. Just like Sylvia Plath, I'm sick with nostalgic, but it's fine. I love this cover. If there's a fire, I'm taking them all with me, but hypothetically, if there's only one, I'm taking this one. So this is the first cover I got, so it's very special to me. I got it on a road trip with my mom and sister at a used bookstore, and I think I started my collection off on a high note because it's still one of my favorites that I own. This is the second copy I got. I saw it at a used bookstore in the city and I simply could not get it, so it's kind of what started my idea to start collecting the bell jar. I love this copy. It was my second reread was with this copy, and one of my goals is to eventually reread all the copies that I own, which it's just like a lifetime goal. So I don't have any books sitting on my shelf not read. Okay, so now for this next one, I don't mean to be mean, but this one is my least favorite. Just kidding. I love all my covers. But no, this one is my least favorite, and it breaks my rules because I bought it freshly at the chain bookstore. It was just one of those cheap classics, like 3 for $10, and so I thought, hey, I might as well just add it to my collection. But I definitely don't think I'm going to be reading from this cover anytime soon, maybe when I'm like 70. So next up, I got this one at a used bookstore along with this other cover right here, and they were on a feature together, and so it was a very easy find. My sister has a couple books in this edition. I really like this edition, so I was really excited to find these two covers. This is another cover that I got at a used bookstore really close to my apartment that I would go to every day, like after work, and I would always go straight to the BL section, and they never had anything. And then one day I found this, and it was a great find. I was tempted to buy this cover every time I went to the chain bookstore that I worked at, but patience is key, and I found it at a used bookstore by my work, and I love this cover. I love the shoes. It's perfect. I cheated for this cover. I got it at an independent bookstore, so it wasn't a big chain, but it wasn't secondhand. But it's fine. I really like this cover, and it is a beautiful addition to my collection. These next two, I'll start with this one, is part of one of the greatest gifts I've ever been given by somebody. My friend got it for me. She found it in a used bookstore in Vancouver and wrote this sweet message. Thank you, Sheridan. It's really funny because we met because we used to both work at Indigo, and this is an Indigo edition, and so this message is so sweet and I love it. Now, saving the best for last is the second part of that gift. She got this one from a used bookstore in New York. It's so old, it's so perfect. I can imagine the history that comes with whoever owned this before. I love this picture of Sylvia. This is the sweet message Sheridan wrote for me. It's from 1971, so it's older than my mom, and it's definitely older than me. Not to reveal my age, but yeah, it's just perfect. This is the bookmark that came with it. I love it. So perfect. Okay, and then lastly, I have a little bonus stuff. So I got the unabridged journals of Sylvia Plath. And then at my local used bookstore, I got this Winter Trees poetry collection. And then I have these two biographies. So this pinkish one, it's interesting reading the unabridged journals and then reading the biography kind of at the same time because you see her first person perspective on her own life, the biography's point of view of like the outer lens on her life. It's just very interesting to see, like, you're inside the brain and then you're outside the brain. I can be very self-critical, but one thing I love about myself is my collection of the bell jar. So these are the covers that I hope that I'm searching for. These are the ones I want to see when I go into a shop. Yeah, my lifelong treasure hunt. But yeah, these are some other covers. So I'm ending this video off with my favorite bell jar quote. And it's not the fig tree quote, but respectfully, it is going to be a different one. There must be quite a few things a hot bath won't cure, but I don't know many of them. Yada, yada, yada. I never feel so much myself as when I'm in a hot bath.